Phone cam video shot by John Kelsey and Doug Reesor at Bill Tatkovski's home near Harrisburg, PA during October 2020 in the COVID time.
And it stays well under here. What do this right over here? Most recent were 20 pieces of sugar maple I got from Hillsburg from my brother's place, and it was a big tree in his yard. But whenever you store stuff, I found keep it up on pallets and stuff, you know, to lift it off the ground and air can circulate.
So this stuff has been anchor sealed and everything?
Yeah, it's anchor sealed.
So is this stuff was this stuff anchor sealed as well?
It was all anchor sealed. And you'll see there's stuff here that's been here for years. Now some of it has cracks, but it's relatively stable. I got them from a lot of this came from up in Williamsport, a firewood supplier. He kiln dries firewood. So we got some firewood some years ago from him when we were up at camp, and I asked him about, you know, do you have burls, and he said he can't use the burls to split, so he gave me one. So I came back and I made him a beautiful cherry bowl out of it. He jumped up and down and he says, I'll get you all you want. So this has been here probably 8 years, 10 years. And this stuff here, this is all kind of, I forget even where I got some of this stuff, but you get tons of it, and there's some burl stuff in there, a lot of all kinds of different woods. These have been here. This is silver maple. These are old.
What's old?
Right here. This is probably 5-6 years.
Okay.
But they seem to be whole. But you can see there's cracks in some of them. These are burls from the guy up there.
Yeah.
Up in Williamsport, here and here. They're all intermixed in there. But there's some dogwood back in here. So that's that part, and this is my primary stash. But when I first started turning, you collect wood, and I had this thing filled. And in 2005, 15 years, it started pushing on the walls, and I had to repair the walls, bring it back together, and I said, I'm not going to load it up with that much wood anymore. So there's a little bit of everything in here. There's cherry there. Looks like some nice pieces of cherry down in the bottom there.
And how long you had these pieces?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, I had and I never really, you know, once I filled it, here's some sycamore, some other big stuff in here. But this is facing south, so this kind of took the heat. These were coated, you know, with anchor seal, but they seem to hold. This came from wood that I had stashed in the garage. I had I'm not sure if that's mulberry, something like that. Here's a nice burl we got there. The burl. I don't know what half of some of this stuff, some cherry. And here, this is something I wanted to show you too. This is the famous barrel that I filled it 18 years. It's been in here. I thought it was pretty watertight, you know, but some water got in there. But this is walnut and stuff that I had wrapped. You can feel the weight of it. Yeah. It's super saturated, but it's hard. Yeah. And the outer part, the bark and stuff. In 2002, when I first started turning, they were wrapping, and but so this was filled, and I never opened it until a couple weeks ago. All right, this is a method of chainsawing my chunks of wood, and it holds it relatively securely. And all the fastening screws are down low, and you can replace some of the chunks as as it wears out. But I find that most convenient when I'm trying to cut, and it's up off the ground.
Okay.
But what I have under here is all little blocks and stuff, all woodturners managed to accumulate over time, little pieces and stuff. And in here, some of this stuff has a good story on it. This is rosewood from a real good friend of mine that he was a contractor, and he and I, in his early years, built houses, until he became a full-time contractor, built hundreds of houses. But he became a flatwood guy, not wood turning. I could never get him to wood turn. But he gave me some pieces of rosewood. He told me some older gentleman had it. Now, this was years ago, had it a long time. So what I did, I made him a beautiful bowl. This stuff really, here's another piece of it. Made him a beautiful bowl, and he was just thrilled about it. But it has a reddish color to it,
You got a date on it?
Yeah, 2012. This is a chunk of cherry that I got from Groff and Groff in Buck. I bought some 6x6s. There's some more good cherry in here from Groff and Groff 2013. And these 6x6s, I did some wedding vessels, a double,
What's that piece?
what do you call it, double spout wedding vessels. And here's a piece of cherry that will make a nice platter. This was Groff and Groff, and that was 2009.
Oh wow.
Yeah, pretty stuff.
Got a little bit of curl to it. Huh?
Yeah, I like to turn something nice. You accumulate lots and lots of stuff. I have some, this is if you're turning finials, the African blackwood, or I think some of this is even ebony. But I have that. This ash burl I got from my wood contact up in Williamsport area, and the growth on it, but it's an old ancient growth. The grain are tight, and I counted about 110 rings on it. But there was another chunk out with it, and in my living room I turned a little small black bowl. There's a piece of nice cedar, some looks like cherry burl, and this is a piece. This is sugar maple that come again from my brother's house, but that one cured. I've had that probably 10 years or. Oh, I want to show you in this plastic bag. This is the stuff that came out of that barrel. The barrel was about 18 years that I had that wood in the barrel. So, and I just put it in the plastic bag to hold it because I changed its environment. But you can see this is walnut, and it's pretty solid, pretty hard. I think for whatever it survived, storage. And these pieces, you can see I cut them ready to turn. and I forgot all about them, you know, being in that barrel. But there's a couple more pieces in there I have. So these I want to work on right away. I don't want them to deteriorate. But Doug, behind you, those bags there, you can, yeah, that and these. You can feel, this is in the first part of, I turned them right away when I got them out of their 18-year mothballs. They were just small pieces, but they turned real easy, and now I'm just trying to hold, you know, the drying, slow it down, and because they were saturated. So you can see I use every little bit of space, little blocks and stuff. You know, this is sugar maple. This is early cut from my brother, 2004. Up here, I have little blocks and things that, you know, eventually I'll get to. These little turning blocks that have the X's on them, they were for turning tops at the farm show this year. So I had a whole stack of those. I turned about 40, maybe 40 tops up at the farm show. These are little pieces that you collect. I think that's a piece of, well, it's got some crack in it. I think this was ironwood I got somewhere, or hornbeam, and that's a very hard wood. But I just have to stash them wherever I can. Have access to my grinder, you can see, and it gets kind of tight in here.